Hey there guys, welcome back to the Star Wars figure review. Next up video we're going to take a look at another figure from the Rogue One 3 3/4 inch collection, and before you say, oh, not another one of these figures, it's this guy, Darth Vader, right? I'm just going to say, this is a new version of the 5 points of articulation Darth Vader. There are already two out there, but this is the Rogue One version. Before we take a look at him, we'll take a look at the packaging this one comes in. As you can see, it's the same as the Rogue One packaging from before. You've got the character on the side with the Death Trooper up on the top, exactly the same as the Force Awakens, but instead of Kylo Ren, it's the other one. And on the back you have the brief bio and the whole thing about the Star Wars FX app, because this one gives you a Force blaster thing for Darth Vader, which is just weird, I think. So I'll read you now the bio. It says, an imposing figure standing 2 meters tall and encased in ominous black armor, Darth Vader is the emissary and enforcer of the Emperor's commands. Vader helped the Emperor carry out the elimination of the Jedi Order and rise to the Galactic Empire. Now he is charged with rooting out rebel activity and any threats to his master's reign. And now when we look at this figure, I want you to say, before you ask what's different with this figure with the other two 5 points of articulation Vader, like this is a sort of Rogue One / A New Hope version of Darth Vader, because this was the original 5 points, which is based off the Empire Strikes Back. And you can actually see some differences there, the major one being that the inner robe actually covers sides of the army here, whereas on this one it doesn't. And the other 5 points of articulation one is the Rebels Darth Vader, which is almost the same kind of thing, except this one's got the more animated look, especially with the more quarry Darth Vader mask. Sorry about that, I can't really deal with that noise in the background. But that's still a good figure, but we'll leave that out to the side. But this one does have some ups over the older Darth Vaders. First, I'll show you them late as the video progresses, but I'd say this is only worth getting if you don't have an Episode 4 Vader in your collection and you really want one. So you've got you can have 3 different versions, because you can get a Return of the Jedi version, which has him with Force Lightning head. That was in the vintage collection. And there's the Episode 5 version that came with it came in two 2-packs. It came in a 2-pack with a Seeker droid, then in a 2-pack with Luke Skywalker, and then again individually without the Luke Skywalker, so you can pick one of them up if you want. And the other one, there is another one which came out of the Black Series about 2 years ago, and that was the Episode 3 Darth Vader, but that one's got some mixed responses. I'll give you a rundown of the articulation now. There's a swivel neck in this one, no ball joint unfortunately. Swivel shoulders and swivel hips. I think there's one real advantage over here than with the old Darth Vader, because you notice the kama or skirt or whatever was actually attached to the leg like that, whereas here it's actually been separated. That's one of the new advantages. And one thing I like is you can actually get him in a sideways pose when having him on the shelf. That's probably the way I'm going to have him on the shelf next to Jyn Erso, and hopefully in the future also on Krennic on the shelf. So I would say, yeah, do pick this Vader up if you want to have it like as a Rogue One thing. Like going through again, the cape and the kama are plastic goods, and the cape is easily removable. So you can see the underhang, and the kama this time doesn't stick onto the legs, so you can actually, I'd say that's a positive, but it could also be a drawback, because you can't really sit them down anywhere without bending all this out. But yeah, I'd say it's definitely worth it if you want a Vader from Episode 4. Something else to point out as well that comes with this figure is a weird Force machine-like thing, which is this. They did this with the Anakins in the Clone Wars as well. They gave him some weird Force machine, which does sound silly, sort of a blast-like thing which can clip onto Vader's arm. I think this is meant to be part of the extra weapon thing that Hasbro have been including with their figures. I am really not a fan of this. It just looks ridiculous, and I'll probably end up putting that in the bin, or just like putting it away to not use it again. Like, I really think Hasbro, if any execs at Hasbro are watching this, do away with this. We want better articulation. We want proper, like, hyper articulated figures like this Obi-Wan from 2010. Like, we want articulation in the elbows like that. We want more of that. We don't want goddamn silly weapons like these. But that's just what I want to say about it. But and again, it's a good Darth Vader for display. If you do find this guy, come across this guy anywhere, do pick him up, because you would like, he does make a great addition to the collection. Even if you're making, like, if you like to decorate like I do, you got like a Rogue One section, you want Vader to be part of it, but you've already used him in all the other ones. It's not too bad, not too bad to pick up. So I would if you find him. But yeah, so that is Darth Vader from the Rogue One collection. I enjoyed looking at him, and I shall be back with some more reviews soon. So do stay tuned to them. I'll see you next time, guys. Played by Alan Tudyk, who I know as Noah from the sitcom Suburgatory. He is the best friend of main character George, who is of course the father of the actual main character Tessa Altman. So